Hello and welcome. Here is a video on an example of mobile timesheet capture. So everything we do is completely customizable. So it's customized based on the customer's flow of information. We believe here at Capja that if you digitize right from the start, then the rest of the flow is a lot easier and falls into place. So for this example, I'm going to take the plant hire industry. So this is cranes, big diggers, excavators that require special qualified people to operate. This example is completely molded for the flow of a crane hire company. So first of all, let's give a little bit of context. So you have the hire desk. They effectively need to schedule and send information out to the operators of large plant. A lot of the times, or what's common in the industry, is that they're texting a lot of the time the operators the night before, and they're printing off a job pack which is sent to the operator. The operator picks up these job packs, which is like pinks, reds, blues, that they've got to fill in. So these are timesheets information that they need to collect on site, as well as daily checks and defect reports. So they go through the job, they collect the information, then at the end they need to send these bits of information back to the hire desk. And a lot of the times, because it's paper based, it takes a long time, it's a little bit slow, and there's a lot of manual and duplication going on. So once the hire desk has received these bits of information back, they've got to split it up and organize and send to the relevant people to work through. So first of all, as they've been on a, let's say, 2-day job, 2-day hire, they would need to send that information to the accounts department so that they can invoice for the 2 days. However, for the payroll department, they need to know at the end of the week. So effectively, they would be looking at all the information, all of the contracts that's happened over the week, and then paying the operators that have done that job. What we can do in terms of digitizing it, we can look and poll another bit of software to schedule information on an automated basis. What that means is that, let's say there's a current hire desk system in there, and we could poll that, say that, okay, at 4 o'clock, we're going to send all the operators a notification on their mobile device, say that there is a job for them tomorrow. So once they've received that job, they follow the flow of information, which I will show you. They capture the information on site and then they hit submit. They don't need to do any more. The mobile device will automatically send that information back to the hire desk department, or anywhere we can take and do anything with that bit of information. And to keep in mind that that mobile device can work completely offline. If it hasn't got signal, it will still work. Once that information has gone back to Capja, we do a load of calculations and we split that information up. One goes to the accounts department and one goes to payroll. I'll show you how that works and how that is beneficial as well. So first of all, I'm going to go on to Capja Desk. I'm just going to check that I've got some contracts sitting in there, and I can see that in my demo environment, I've got quite a few contracts. So I'm not going to automatically send information out, but I'm going to manually push a job out to my device. So I've just found this one here, and I'm going to submit this job. Now this has been successfully submitted. Now, moving over to my mobile device, I've just received a text message to say that I've got a contract sitting in my Capja on the Go app. You don't have to do text messages, but it is something extra, and it can be a two-way thing if you want a response service on that texting. So this is the app, and you can see that I've got a form waiting for me for my job. So it tells me all of the information that I need to know for that job, as well as the address and links to, let's say, Google Maps that will tell me where it is. And any information the hire desk is highlighted as well can be pulled through. It's a dynamic form, so that means that it changes the flow based on what the operator or what the user selects on that. So I'll go through, and this changes if I select a labour only job. Let's follow the flow of a mobile crane operator. So I'm going to go around my vehicle. I'm going to select everything that applies in terms of yes, it's okay, and it complies. It's going to be safe for operations. If I select no at any point, then this could be a minor or even a major defect, and we could route that to say, or on the device could say, you can't operate it now, you need to send it to the transport manager. Or if it's a minor, we could just highlight somebody to say that, okay, this is a minor defect for X amount of days, however, it will turn into a major if it's not complete. Within this flow, we've said, please take a photo of the dashboard. I'm not in a crane, so I'm going to just take a picture of this. You'll notice that it's time stamped and date stamped at the bottom left hand corner. I can also, within this flow, it says to take a picture of the tires. The reason we've done this is then we can track how long it takes to do a check. Now the hirer needs to sign this off before the job goes ahead. Let's say Bob doing this. This can be completely customized, so any bits that you see in here can be completely changed. Even the bar at the bottom, have your logo, can have your colors, etc. This is a weekly inspection. Don't need to fill it in. I can sign this off. I can also send a copy to the customer if needed. Also, you'll see that we can join it up with another form. So in this case, a defect report. I'm going to finish and close that part of the form down. What that's done is that it's actually just hidden the form. So if I go back, then I can only see information based on the job. So continuing, I'm going to say that I started at 6:30. And then I arrived on site an hour later at 7:30. I can actually continue on with my day. I don't necessarily need to be in the app either. Once I've finished the time off site, then I can complete that. So I finished at 5 o'clock. And also I can end the time as well when I've returned, let's say, the crane back to the yard. So I'm going to make a mistake here and I'll show you what happens. Let's say I took a half an hour break. We can also do fatigue reports and any other reports based on information that's captured. And then you'll notice the overnight button. This is if you want to contract for the day before rather than the day after one. You've also got contract comments, which will be comments on the timesheet to go out to the customer, or employee comments, which will be held internally. Again, we can completely change the flow of that information. We can even move that to another page. So here is the expense receipts. If you want to capture any additional information, such as receipts, you put the value, cost codes, anything else you require. You can completely customize this. And then you've got the sign off. So let's say we go back to Bob. And Bob signs this. I can't go in and edit this anymore. This is all completely locked. You can have as many signatures as you want. The operator one can actually sign again. This again can be timestamped and even put a geolocation on the back of this as well if required. I'm going to add a customer email address, which is not a customer email address. And so I'm going to send a copy of the timesheet to the customer. Once I've finished, I hit submit. It's given me an alert now to say that I actually inputted the details incorrectly. So it's taken me back to where I need to change them again. Once I'm happy, I submit the form. What will happen is that this will sit in the library. I can exit. I don't need to stay in the device. When there is signal, it will have a little green tick and then it will disappear and go into the flow. I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to show you some of the outputs. So first of all, in regards to what automatically happens, it will actually go into a document management system, content management system, or pretty much any way you want it to go. I'm going to show it in the mFiles content management system. Okay, and here's the contract that just sent through. Let's make it bigger. And here is the timesheet. So this hasn't just sent it and just stored it in a repository. It's also sent an email. Now, this is the timesheet from the email, so it's the same. But you'll also notice within this, we completely customize the output in terms of the body of the email. Also, I did actually send over a copy of the daily check as well, so we can have a look at that. John signing off for this. Also within this flow, I mentioned at the end, we can split up that information, and what we can do is roll that information up. So for the 2-day hire, the accounts will only get the contract at the end of the 2 days, whereas the payroll will get every contract that's been over the course of that week, and it will just roll up and tally up for that employee. To give you an example, here is a timesheet contract roll up. So every single day been signed off, and you can see that it's been signed off by the individual site manager and the yard boss. We've also got the ground conditions acceptance for everybody that was on site, and this has rolled it all up and tallied it up so that the invoicing department can see that the total hours are 28. Whereas the payroll has received the whole of the week. As you can see, this has been added all the way up, and it's totaled and tallied at the top, so they don't need to go through each and individual timesheet and record that information. Thanks for watching. Feel free to email us with your thoughts below, and if you would like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much.